Okay, good morning everyone. So in the last tutorial, we have already finished this sculpting model like this. So for the next part, we can start to deal with the detail. Right now, as far as you can see, our model will looks a little bit like that kind of robotic robot because every piece of the muscle has been split. So for the next part, we can start to we still can strengthen this kind of cubic or let's say the 3D the geometrical effect. But meanwhile, we can use infill tool or probably crease tool, draw tool to make them look like a real humans. See, here is the target for today. First one, refine shape. Second one, make them one more realistic. Okay, so that's it. Alright, so let's follow these two targets and start to do the following work. Okay, so let's get started. So first things, I think we still can try to using the crease tool and also using the fill tool and the flatten tool to get the chunk, the large chunk of the piece of muscle. And once we have the right shape, then we can use infill tool to fill the gap. So for example, like the abandons, we can try to using that. We can try to refine that. Let me make the reference image closer so that we don't have to move our camera. Alright, let's get started. So first thing, let's go to sculpting mode. For that part, okay, I think our is fine, but probably for the chest, we can move them down a little bit. So let's use in the grab tool. And also for this part, it's supposed to be like a round and also spherical shape. Right now it's too flattened, so that's correct. Okay, so now we have. Next thing is let's use increase tools. Get this one smaller. Let's go to the side view. This one is supposed to go to the bicep muscle. The deltoid muscle under here. The deltoid muscle right here. So now you can see that it looks more natural. And also we have to use in the grab tool to change the shape of the breast. Okay, looks fine. And for the lock bone here, let's somehow try to strengthen that. Okay, looks okay. Alright, something like that. So here we have the I think the biceps muscle. Okay, it looks good. But for this part, we have to drop this one down a little bit. Alright, so far so good. So now let's deal with this part, the abandon part. Let's move this one down. Okay, and then crease tools. Let's refine the shape using the grab tool to adjust the shape. Okay, so next one, let's keep using crease tool to draw the major part of the muscle. And now the next most important one is 缝匠肌, the sartorius muscle. So let's try to using the crease tool to do that. Although this is just a very thin and linear muscle in the inner side of the leg, still I think we have to draw this one out. Okay, it looks fine. So now let's deal with this part. For that part, I think we can try to use in drill tools or drawer sharp tool to draw the leg bones first. Okay, not going down. I want the leg going up. Okay, something like this. And then using the smooth tool to refine that. And also here. For this part, we have to create the Achilles. I think that one we can call that one. Yes, the Achilles tendons. That's right. Let's go to the back side using the grab tools to push that. So now we have the Achilles tendons. Alright, let's deal with the foot. This part, let's make them flatten. Crease tool again. This part is supposed to be straight. If you touch your bones on the lower part of the leg, well, you can feel that. Basically, this part is supposed to be straight, and the back side can be a little bit curvatures. Okay, so now we have okay, let's go to the back side. It's using flat tools. Crease tool again, and strengthen the border of the Achilles tendons. Okay, let's go to the back side. If you have ever seen the manga, Japanese manga Kiba, then probably you can see the composition of the muscle right here. That's the how to say that, the monster back. Okay, let's use increase tool to deal with the detail right here. This part is supposed to be smooth, so let's increase one flatten. Okay. Now let's take a look about the face. Let's draw the nose wing here. Okay, obviously here we don't have enough face, but let's try to use in Dyntype again. Over here. Okay, just using grab tools. Move this part down. And I think the jaw is a little bit too long. Let's go to the side view. Refine the shape of the lips. And also let's use increase tool to draw the shape of the jaw and mouth here. And probably this part can be the location of the ears. Okay, right now it looks pretty horrible. Let's try to smooth that. Okay, better than before. Okay, so now we have the face. Not the perfect one, but more or less it looks okay. Alright, so now let's deal with the eye. For the eye, usually because we are, if we are going to make animation, so probably we have to make an eyeball and also eye hole for putting the eyeball. But right now we are not going to make an animation, so probably with this, just simply draw a shape of eye, it will be fine. Okay, so now we have. Just using move tool. This part looks a little bit creepy. Let's try to scale down the model. Make the eyebrow and also the eye shape much more clear. For that part, I think we can somehow using fill tool. Probably smooth tool will be better. For that part, that's because of the typology. So right now we cannot get a perfect shape of that. But anyway, let's try. Okay, so now we have a rough shape of the eyes. So now it still looks a little bit rough. But you can see, at least you know that it's a face. Let's try to make the nose wing. Okay, pretty weird. So we have to somehow change the shape of that inside. If we are using 3D code, then we can still add on more geometry on that. Or yeah, we still can do that actually. Alright, let's just forget out. We can just alright, let's move the cursor to here and press shift. Forget about this, because if we do so, then we have to redo the remesh. So it will be a little bit annoying. Let's go to the sculpting mode and try to refine that. So that part is supposed to be flattened. So yeah, anyway, let's try. Okay, so now we have the shape. Let's turn on the Dyntypo again. And also using Smooth tool to refine the border. Okay, so here now we have the nose hole. And also this part we have to make the middle, the character. For the middle of the lips. And for that part, again, I don't want this one to be such strong. So let's try to smooth that. Okay, let's take a look. Alright, it looks okay, but not that good at all. So let's keep refining that. Okay, so now it looks like a human being. This part, probably we can move them out a little bit. And also there, let's use increase tool. Okay, so the composition of the muscle on the face part, it already show up. But right now it's a little bit rough. So let's try to using a more slightly smooth tool to flatten this area. Okay. Alright, so now we have the face. Let's take a look. The head is a little bit too small, but let's go to the object mode to fix that. Probably let's just simply choose the vertex and using proportional editing, it will be faster. Okay. Alright, better now. For that part, I think it has to be bigger. So let's go to the edit mode. Okay. Take a look. Let's go to the side view. For the side, oh right, this part doesn't look good. We have to fix that. Let's go to the sculpting mode using the grab tool to do that. Okay, so far it looks fine. This part looks weird, so let's try to flatten it. Okay, let's go to the edit mode. Make sure you are under the wireframe. Okay, let's go to the sculpting mode again, flatten this part. I'm trying to adjust the position of the neck. Alright, let's use in the 3D view to take a look about face. The face looks okay on the front side, but on the side it looks weird, so we have to somehow probably flatten this area. Okay, better. Okay, so far better than before. Alright, let's deal with the ear. For the ear part, actually we can try to just move the cursor to the center, and then I want to go to I want to just directly add a UV sphere, and let's decrease the number of the face. Probably 6 will be quite enough. For that one, let's just set that one as 4. And press Ctrl 1 for subdivision. Let's move that one and make this one smaller. Flatten. Enlarge. Okay. Go to the edit mode. Okay, something like that. Cool. Press R and Z for rotations, and also R and Y for rotations. Okay, shape smooth. Let's assume this is the shape of the ear. So again, let's use in the mirror modifier, but for this time, let's set the center of the object to the cursor. And then I want to do, I forgot to apply the rotation. Please press Ctrl and A, apply rotation. Okay, so now we have the ear. And for that one, I still can somehow adjust the shape a little bit. Make this one looks more like a real ears. Alright, let's choose the face right here. And for using press E and S for extruding. E again, move them inside. Okay, so now we have. Right now it looks a little bit weird, but it is fine. Let's just apply, and choosing this one, choosing that, Ctrl J for join them together, and go to the sculpting mode. Let's use in remesh. For this time, probably we have to make this one bigger again. Okay, seems like still not enough. Let's take a look. I think right now it's super dense. Okay, but still not enough. It's okay. Let's just reset. Okay, I just recovered the file. And yeah, probably we still have to use, because the Dynatuple cannot merge those two together. So the only way that we can try to do is to, or probably we can try, okay, still doesn't work. Well, it always looks like this. So there's still an edge. So if we want to merge them together, probably we still have to use in remesh. Let's scale down and using 0.5 again. I hope that it can, also we can try to, it's okay. Let's just simply use in remesh tool. Alright, so obviously it looks okay, but some of the details disappear. Let's place Stretch Smooth first. And go to the sculpting mode. Probably we have to refine that. Let's use in Smooth tool. Let me take a look about the. Oh my god! It do has so many. Let's say the faces. Let's redo that again. I think we can somehow make this one bigger. Probably 0.8. Reduce the number of the faces. Okay, better than before. Let's try this one. Sorry for that. I forget to turn on the symmetry. Okay, let's go to the sculpting mode. And don't forget to turn on the symmetry and using the mesh again. Alright, now let's quickly smooth the border. For that part, for the hips, it still looks a little bit too flattened. So probably we still have to spend some time to fix that. Let's reduce the power. Okay, now let's go to the front view to refine the detail again. I think this process probably we will repeat for a couple times, but well, that's nothing. Let's turn on the dye table again. Don't forget to save because right now the file is getting huge. Okay, here is the eye. Let's drag them inside. Okay, looks fine. So now let's use the crease tool to strengthen the detail of the mouse. Okay, now let's start to deal with the shape of the eyeballs. It's supposed to be like a sphere, so let's try to make this one looks like a sphere. Probably we can use in blob or in flat. It has to be bigger enough, so let's enlarge this one. Oh no, here. Okay, better. Crease tool again. For the lower part, it's supposed to be bigger a little bit. Don't forget to use a different angle to check the face. Okay, something like that. Looks okay, but still a little bit weird. Let's just gradually move. Okay, cool. Alright, it looks okay. Now let's deal with the for the ear. Probably we have to find some reference image inside. But right now, let's just quickly make a shape of the ear. Let's go to the side and use extrude again crease tools. This part is supposed to be flattened, so let's try to flatten this area. Okay, so now we have this one. For this time, I will stop right here. For sure, there are still a lot of detail that we can keep refining, but as far as you can see right now, it looks more like a human being. We have the ear, we have the head, and also everything looks okay, but still we need to refine it back. Okay, so I will stop right here. For the rest of the part, you can just simply do that by yourself. So that's the recording for this time. Thank you for watching. See you next time.